classic R&B and the best. Smooth grooves on Quiet Storm FM. Your night just got smoother. Join us on Quiet Storm FM for 24/7 slow jams, classics, and soul. for the perfect blend of classic R&B and the best. Smooth grooves on Quiet Storm FM. Your night just got smoother. Join us on Quiet Storm FM for 24/7 slow jams, classics, and soul.
My, mama, my. It's just all my. What today? OMG. Family, I need you to understand today why people have been trying to shut me up. I'm going to give you the inside scoop today that will shut the door on this whole situation. Yes, the plays have been made, and yes, they have come to fruition today. And if there was ever any doubt in your mind that things look conspicuous, you now know. Cell phones have been returned. Two pow pows have been returned. Yes. Pow pows was recovered at the scene. I told you that. And two of those pow pows have been returned. Now, we've been talking about everybody else. Cell phones are now returned. Documents from the courts have been released. And we're going to talk about it. And let me say this just to be clear. I think all of you that come just to get the news about Angie and not make it about me, I appreciate that. Because justice is justice that needs justice, that requires justice, that justice should be revealed and revered. Now we're getting into the second phase of kimchi. We're getting into the second phase of the kaka, the great doodle, the great brown meister. Yes, that's what we're getting into today. Oh, it's live. And today, I need y'all to, if y'all are really rocking with me and y'all really know and appreciate the information that I'm bringing to you, I need you to hit those hearts and I need you to hit that like button so that the world is able to get this information that you are getting. I need you to share this information everywhere, because nobody else is probably going to talk about it. So the mission today is Mission Angie. The mission today is put brakes on nefarious actions. Now, I gave y'all a break on that word. I hadn't used it in a few days. So I'm going to need you to share everything. Share it to Facebook. Share it everywhere. This broadcast right here needs to be shared, and them hearts pumping on everything, because this needs to hit the algorithms. And I'm not going on anybody else's platform, so it only can come from here. And so because it's from here, I need you, my companions of understanding, my companions of information, to help disseminate it. So that means like, share, everything. I'm going to need your help today, because this information has to go. It has to go out. It has to go out. The other day, Bougie, you're not right, Bougie. You need a shirt. Okay, we're gonna make. I'm gonna make 2 T-shirts: flag on the play and nefarious. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put nefarious on the back and flag on the play on the front. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna create that shirt today. We sent the message to Michael, a sincere message that came from the heart. And I want that same message to touch his sister, Diamond. Because she's going through just as much hurt along with her brother. No one can tell me she can't be. She lost a mom. She lost her mother. She lost her friend. She lost a confidant. Lady Diamond, I would say to you, if you would take any word coming from an old man like me, this: take some time to weigh out all things, count out all things, and pray about all things. In fact, I was going as far as to say, reconsider those that are around you. I would say, take in consideration the legacy of you and your children, as well as your brother, so that you could smoothly, as much as possible, move forward. I need you to understand that there's people in the world that love you because they love your mother. Diamond, it doesn't matter what happened before the services. You dealt with things the way you felt needed to be dealt with, and that's your feelings, and it doesn't matter what anybody thinks about that. Thoughts, feelings, and actions are yours, and they're yours to do it what you feel helps you, and that's no judgment. Lady Diamond, you're now in the rough, but soon you're going to blossom to one of the most clearest, the most brightest diamonds to ever be found. Lady Diamond, there is a serious amount of love throughout the world just for you and your children. Lady Diamond, there are many of us that would like to see you prosper. Yet, in sometimes to prosper, it takes a clear head and clear mind, which would entail that sometime you may have to take a sabbatical from the situation. Sabbatical means a vacation, a break, a stop. You may have to do that just so you can see clear. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Your light is gonna shine like the sunshine. Rays that will illuminate anything in its presence from darkness. Lady Diamond, we support you. We support you, Lady Diamond. This is for no prestige, no searching for honors, nothing more than we're concerned for you. Chat, if you will, please light everything up with diamonds for the next 3 minutes. Nothing but diamonds. No words, no emojis other than a diamond. And showing support of Diamond. Would you please do that right now? We want you to see, Diamond, that the world is with you. We want you to see, Diamond, that it doesn't matter what happened in the past. We are here for you. And we are going to be here for you. Because you are a diamond. And you are Lady Diamond. This is what we need you to understand. Now, Diamond, I understand that today there's documentation released that more than likely will change your lives. However, there are things yet that must be done to enhance your lives from where you are right now to where you got to be, because you have a right to it. Thank you, chat. You have a right to that. Now, I'm not leaving Michael out. I'm mentioning Diamond because I have addressed Michael already. We have 259 people in the chat and 120 likes. Today, for this court documents that you're about to see, in order for you to see them, I need those likes to be up to 200 at the minimum. If you want to see these documents, I'm going to need you to support today. Because we've done what we need to do, and now we're going to present it to you. But in all fairness, if you're supporting what we're doing and you're supporting what we're putting down, I need you to support that like button. I need you to hit it and hit it and hit it and remind others to hit it. Everybody, whether it doesn't matter if you're a mod or not, remind people in there to please hit that like button, because that's what makes us tick and that's what keeps us alive. And hit those hearts on a continual basis, please. Thank you. We love you, Lady Diamond. We love you. That comes honest from the heart. Honest from the heart. My friends, this week I have given you the story showing you how the connections between Shanna Shell, Michael and Diamond, and everybody else seems to keep coming back together. I said that Angie Stone had to work because she had to. I also said that it was my belief that the reason there was a delay on the transplant was because of insurance and or not enough money. I'm going to show you today, without a shadow of a doubt, that unless the royalties are collected for Angie Stone, she had nothing. She had a home, piece of land, and a few dollars. And a lot of love. A lot of love. And in most cases, sometimes love is all you need. But Angie Stone needed more than love. She needed a transplant. And she needed finances to make this happen. Today, I am absolutely going to show you that she needed help. She had to have help because she could not achieve this on her own. Sometimes our fight get too much for us to bear by ourselves. And we have to have others to help us cross the battle line and sustain firepower to the end. The fan base became that firepower because she crossed the line. And when she crossed the line, she crossed it by letting you know, I have things going on and I need help. And I'm telling you about it. I want you to know about it. I want you to know the truth coming from me. That's why I played the interview yesterday over again so you can hear it. Not only that, so you can hear it. So when I drop the news on you today, you will understand. She told you what was going to happen. She told you what was happening. She told you. She absolutely told you. And in telling you what she needed to tell you, she ended by saying, I need to collect my coins. I need to collect my coins. I need to collect my coins. That was a shot across the bow. It was a shot across the bow. It was putting many on notice that I'm not afraid anymore. It put many on notice that said, I am going to definitely try to get my coins. It put many on notice that I knew, excuse me, I now know who you are. You see, she did order a forensic accounting of her royalties. And people around her knew that she was seeking to get proper delivery of the information. People knew that there were people reached out to get help in acquiring the information so she can go collect. They knew this, but somebody got scared and somebody got greedy. You see, I believe that greed overpowered the factor of regaining royalties. I believe that greed got in the way to say, well, how much longer can you make it? How much longer can you survive without a transplant? Maybe we need to set things up so that if something happens, we could be in place to get everything. And I wonder who that was. I can tell you now, officially. And if you want to know, I need you to get those likes up. I need you to get them up right now. There's 330 in the chat and there's 186 in the like. If you want to see these documents right now, and I have them right now, I need you to get the likes up. And while you're getting the likes up, I'm going to talk to Mickey. But I'm not going to show any documents until you get the likes up. And these documents, you're going to want to see. Hey, Mickey.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Can you turn your mic up a little bit more? If you can.
How's that?
A
Is
teeny
that a
bit
little
better.
better? A little more?
Yeah,
Is
you
that
know,
is
turn
that
up
good?
more. Not, I need you more.
Okay, I'm that's as high
Okay.
as it'll go. I can get it
Okay.
closer. Is that
Yeah, there
better?
you go. Yeah,
Okay.
you need it much closer than that because you always have your mic really under your chin.
Yeah, it's like right on my laptop.
Oh, well,
I'll move it closer to me.
yeah,
I'll move
because
it
your mic is
closer.
too far away.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Because today I need to make sure they understand everything.
Uh-huh.
So we want to be perfect in the sound and everything.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Everything's working fine.
oh yeah. It was what I told you.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
So, to recap the week, we have laid out and shown people the commingling of corporations with the same individuals. And the past few days, I've shown how the greed of SHANA shells have kind of mystically gotten involved with everything.
Hmm. Very interesting.
And because of that, people are going to understand why I have been saying what I've been saying and why I would not let up off of SHANA. Everybody's like, well, you hitting her, but you really don't know. You really don't know. No, I didn't really know, but I had a gut feeling, and my gut feeling generally don't lead me wrong. See, let me explain something to you. You know, a lot of times in the field of combat, most operations take place in dark. We call it during Zulu or after Zulu. So all you have is your brothers beside you and behind you, and the enemy in front of you. The thing is that you've got to trust your instincts and the information given to you to know where the enemy is. And sometimes logistically, you may not have the exact pinpointed location of the enemy, but your gut feeling is going to tell you exactly where they are, and your gut feeling is going to let you know when to take action. And I'll go one step further. Ladies, you know that you go through things sometime, and you could understand if you're being cheated on, misdone, whatever, because you get a feeling. And you stand by that feeling. When you get that certain feeling or that certain spirit hit you, that something's wrong, you don't have to have nobody tell you, oh, something's wrong. No. Y'all know it. If a woman tell me something's wrong, I can't see it, I don't know what it is, but I know something's wrong, I'm shutting the hell up. Because that intuition,
That's it,
is on point.
That intuition is on point, baby. I'm here to tell you, baby. Just so that you know, baby.
That intuition is on point. You can't mess with that intuition of a woman. And you cannot mess with the intuition of a soldier in combat. We go to stay alive. We go to complete the mission at hand. We go to return home. Some of us write checks with our bodies that the government can never cash, because we come back injured, maligned, deformed, hypervigilant, argumentative, violent. Because situations in life will cause those things to occur. Thus, they call it PTSD. There's only one thing stronger in the universe than a woman's intuition, and that's God's presence. There is nothing else stronger. We only have 215 showing on the likes, so I'm just waiting until we get those likes. Because trust and believe, you're not going to see these documents anywhere else. Oh, it's hot up in here today. Mickey, you got your fire extinguisher sitting by you?
Oh, I got a couple.
Yeah, we're going to need them today.
I got a couple in the room.
We're going to need them today. We're going to need them. We're going to need them. We're going to need them.
It's getting hot in here.
It ain't getting. It's hot. No, it ain't getting hot. It was getting hot up until yesterday. Today,
Now it's on fire.
the roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let the
Burn.
burn. Burn.
Yes, Elizabeth Love said it. Tony, don't show the info till them lights go up. Y'all make them lights go up, please.
I'm trying. Hey, y'all don't have any idea. This is gonna set the roof off the internet today. This is gonna set the roof off. There will be no doubt after this document what's going down. There'll be no question emphatically after the showing of these documents. No, not today. Not today. I see why y'all were trying to shut me up. Coming after me. Ask that dude how his arm feel. See the police report? There's no cap. I'm showing you. If you put out the wrong information on my file, what you did, there's a police report filed on you. There's a case number if you want to go to the courts or to the police department to get it. Because you just might have a warrant for your arrest.
That's not good.
They say we're looking for clout. Don't look like we're looking for any clout, Mickey.
I wasn't looking for nothing.
They say that we are extorting the name of Angie Stone. No. No.
Not true.
Not true. Somebody's about to be lit on fire. So I'm interested to see what the reports will be after these documents drop. Oh, did it? Hold on a second.
Come on, y'all. Let's get
Mickey,
these
talk
likes
to him
up.
for a second.
Let's get these likes up, y'all. Can y'all hear me all right? I done got as close as I can get without putting this thing in my lap. But if y'all want to hear this information, y'all got to hit that like button for real. We're not even at 300 likes yet. If you're on a television,
Yeah, talk to him for a second. The documentation that we needed just came.
okay,
Hot news. It is here.
okay.
Talk to him for a second because I've got to get it loaded.
All right, then. For those of you that are watching this live from a television, a big screen television, there is a way to hit the like button. Okay, Nikki, you said I'm low. I'm about as low. Loud as I can get on this thing. Let me try one more thing. Let me see if I can turn this thing up in StreamYard. Hit my audio. Okay, how is that? Is that better? Is that better, y'all? You hear me? Okay. If y'all are watching on a television, use your remote. Hit that up button. It'll give you somewhere where you can select the channel. And next to that will be like button, dislike button, so on and so forth. Use your remote. You can use your remote to hit the like button. A lot of people don't know that that's an option, but this is as good a time as any to get to know your remote, besides changing channels. So, yes, we need to get these likes up if we want to get this information. And from what I understand, it is sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Folk bumping their gums about the wrong things out there instead of bumping their gums about the right things. So, hey, let's get these likes up and, justice for Angie. Bottom line, justice for Angie Stone. I think that's why we all here. Justice for Angie Stone. This ain't about no mess. This ain't about no gossip. This ain't about bashing people. That's not what we do. You let the truth set you free. So, if y'all can, put hashtag justice for Angie Stone in the chat. If you believe that this is gonna bring this to fruition, that we're gonna find out exactly what happened, put justice for Angie Stone in the chat. This ain't about innuendo. This ain't about opinions. Everybody's got an opinion, just like they got something else on their bottom. I ain't gonna say it, but you know what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. People, it is now official. I can release the Kraken.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Here we go.
We ready.
This is going to shock you. I'm setting up right now. All right, everybody ready?
Yes, we are.
There will be no more doubt of greed after this. There will be no more misunderstanding of greed after this. And I have been telling you since March 2nd that there was greed. And today I am going to put the nail in the coffin right now that there is greed. I have just received the court order from the courtroom in Georgia for setting the administrator of Angie Stone's estate, dated May 1st, 2025. What is today's date? May 1st, 2025. It says that a petitioner for letters of administration for the above named decedent was filed by Michael D'Angelo Archer II. He was nominated administrator. And in the petition, and is hereby found to be legally qualified for said office. The court finds that the decedent died domiciled within or domiciled outside the state of Georgia by owning property within the above county. The county finds that the decedent died intestate. The court further finds that all of the heirs at law were served or acknowledged service. The court further finds that no objection has been filed and all requirements of all have been fulfilled. Accordingly, it is ordered that the persons named above are found to be qualified for such an office, hereby appointed administrator of the estate of the decedent, and that appropriate letters be issued upon said administrators. giving bond without approved surety and sum of no amount, meaning no bond is needed. Taking the oath as provided by law, the administrator shall not make any distribution to a person for the benefit of a minor unless that person is qualified to receive such funds according to the law. Letters of the administration shall not be issued until such time as the above named administrator have taken the oath or posted the required bond, if any, which is none. The administrator shall have no authority to take any action on behalf of the estate until such a time letter have been issued. The clerk shall serve the administrator with the original letters of administration upon qualification. It is further ordered that the clerk of this court shall cause a notice to debtors, creditors of the estate to run for 4 weeks in the Henry Daily Herald, the official legal organ of this county. That's the newspaper. It is further ordered that upon unanimous consent, the publication of notice as necessary to the court, initialed. So there are the initials. All right. Court order signed by the judge. Now, I want to talk to you about something. Is there someone coaching Michael through this situation? Is there someone else involved in this situation? Is there someone close to him that actually filed the probate documents? Is there? Can anyone think of anybody? I'm going to present to you another exhibit. And you know I have a few. I'm going to present to you an exhibit right now. And this exhibit is going to tell a story. Three days before Angie passed away, SHANA Shell was getting herself in position to make changes. I have said it over and over, and people have said, how can you say that? Can I present the proof to you? SHANA is in the home working for Angie, working with Michael. SHANA is involved with almost everything for the past few that Angie was doing. But SHANA had to have something to give her authority to do what she was doing. Making her documentation legal. Making the documentations of others legal. How could she do that? Let's not forget, she's the same person, allegedly, that hired Lethal. Well, I present to you my exhibit. And here you will see this document, which is a search for the state of Georgia for authorized persons as notary publics. If you will look at the date of appointment of SHANA Shell being a notary public is 2/25/25. Expiration date 2/24/29. She got authorized to notarize documents on February 25th. I'm going to say that again. SHANA Shell got authorized to notarize documents on February 25th, 2025. Huh? Did anybody not think that I would find that? Did anybody not think that I would not use the tentacles that I have to dig deep to get this information? I've only just begun. Now, why would you file to become a notary public just days before the passing of Angie Stone? Allegedly. Were you thinking something might happen? Allegedly? Did you think that something might go down at the hotel? Days before she passed away? Again, February 25th, 2025. Allegedly, you were setting up to take over things. Documents don't lie. Dates and times don't lie. Here's another issue. Next exhibit. Y'all smelling my barbecue cooking right now?
Mm-hmm.
Do they smell my
Absolutely.
barbecue cooking?
Yes, it's sizzling. Wow, a week before her death.
I need Lauren C to get me some barbecue sauce so I can drop on it. Now, the next exhibit I'm going to show you is going to blow your mind. I told you that she could not wait to file the paperwork for Angie Stone. She just couldn't wait. Did I not say it, Mickey?
Yes, you did. You sure did.
Did I not say that she was so greedy and so impatient that she had to move fast?
Yeah.
Did I not say it?
She showed herself, even in the funeral. She couldn't wait.
Angie was buried on the 15th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah.
Am I correct, family? What date was she buried? Was it the 15th? The first service?
The first was a memorial service.
Yes,
Yes.
the 15th.
Then the actual service, and then was there a third service?
It was
I
three
think it
services.
was
One
three.
was private.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not listed to the public. Now, and I won't tell that today. I'll hold that one. Okay, so my friends, here is the blow above the bow. Now I need you to make sure those likes are up, because this is going to absolutely seal the deal. This next document is going to knock you off your feet. It's going to knock you off your feet. Because you're going to find out that everything that I told you was the truth.
Y'all get them likes up.
Mickey,
Yes, sir.
did they link the pages together? Can they ask them to disconnect that, please?
What you mean? Both of us?
They have both pages linked together.
Okay, hold on. Is that better? Is that it?
I don't know.
I removed them. I removed one. I removed mine.
Yeah, whoever's linking the page, mods, please
was-
unlink them.
That happened when I entered.
Okay.
It streams the two together. So I removed me.
Right now, there's 510 people in the chat, and the likes are at 289. I need those likes to come up. If you want the news firsthand that nobody's giving you, I need you to come get this exclusive. I need you to get them up for me. That's all I'm asking, the likes and the hearts. Mickey, let me ask you this question.
Yes.
How devious can women be?
Let's go back to Eve.
No. Let's
We can go that far back to see just how
well,
devious women can be.
just keep it. Let's keep it, instead of let's go into the Bible with it. Let's just keep it right here.
In today's, yeah.
In today's,
women can
yes.
be awfully ruthless when they want something.
Mm-hmm.
If they want it bad enough. I can't say all women, but there are some women out there that are very ruthless. Very ruthless. They sell their own mama down the river.
And how possible is it that a woman can change the heart of a man to do whatever she wants? Is that possible?
Yeah. Put that good on him. He liable to do anything she wants.
Say that again.
She put that good on him good enough, he liable to do anything she wants.
Wow. Okay. Yes. Okay. But that also could be said for them that are just smart with it. Right?
If she can talk a good game, she may not have to do that, but a lot of women do resort to the good.
Okay. Now, let me ask this question. How possible is it that a convicted prostitute can become a notary public?
don't know the legalities of that, so I couldn't answer your question there.
Can anybody help me? Can a convicted prostitute become a notary public? Is that possible? I just would like to know that.
Is there anyone in the chat that has any legal background that might be able to answer that question? Yes, I have Crystal. We need Puzzle for that one.
Yes, we do need Puzzle. I hope
We
Puzzle is
need Puzzle
listening because
Piece
we
up
need
here.
her.
Yes,
We need her. We need her right now.
I'm hearing a lot of no's. I'm seeing a lot of no's up there.
Okay. So then that would tell me, oh, someone says as long as they're not felony.
hmm
Okay.
Notaries have to have a clean background. according
Yeah,
to Lady C.
I don't think it's just a felony. I think it's situations of moral turpitude.
hmm
So you may not have a felony, but you have prostitution charges and stuff like that, and you still can't become a notary because you're trusting a notary to do paperwork just like a notary can marry people, do whatever.
hmm
Oh yes. Discerning 8, come up.
Yes, legal advocate.
Discerning 8 is a legal advocate. I forgot about that.
hmm
Discerning 8, come up because the next document we're gonna need you for this. We got a humdinger for the next document. We're gonna need you, Discerning 8.
Yeah, and it might also depend on what state. Some states allow individuals with a criminal record to apply after a certain period has passed or after demonstrating rehabilitation. That was according to Just the Best. And
What about
she
for the
is the
state?
best.
What about the state of Georgia? What? Yeah, look up
We would have to look up the state of Georgia.
Yeah, look up notary qualifications for the state of Georgia. That's what someone do. Let's do
I
that.
have that with me.
It's at the clerk's discretion. Okay, 88, drop you. Okay, I can see you. You ready to come in, 88?
That link is up there, sweetheart.
Okay.
Up on times that I'm not dressed all the way.
Oh, yeah.
That's not anything bad, because folk minds, Lord Jesus. I'm just saying, I'm fully clothed. I'm just saying I ain't together. Okay, I was doing something, so I'm cleaning. Is what I mean. Yeah, but okay. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Ma'am.
Oh, okay. You have to go ahead.
Okay.
No, in the state of Georgia, since we're talking about Georgia, yes, doesn't matter if they're a convicted prostitute. She can be a notary. That does not block her from being that.
Okay, that does not block. Okay, all right. Wow. That is. Do you know what implications that give to somebody to seriously do some damage on legal documents in that state?
Mm.
In fact, no wonder they have so much fraud in Georgia. Discerning, are you still with me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Now you said that she was convicted, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me say this for Georgia. While they won't decline a notary, depending on all of her convictions, they can deny her. So they look at the totality of a person. So it's not just one thing. So if she did this and she did that and she did this, then they can say, nah, we're not going to let you do it. So Georgia looks at the totality of a person.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. So let's look at this then. Let's look at this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're gonna bring up the next exhibit, and let me make sure these likes are where I need them at before I do this here, because y'all getting the hot tea straight from the press today, and No, y'all ain't liking me. Y'all ain't liking my paperwork today.
Come on, y'all. Let's hit them like
323.
buttons.
Come on.
Come on,
All right.
y'all.
I
It's not that hard.
thought y'all liked me. Y'all here. What? Oh man. Y'all
It's
come on
free.
now.
It's free. It don't cost a thing.
Yeah, it don't cost nothing. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the job because we can't make somebody do what they don't want to do. But here you go. And you're not getting this. There's Dr. Charles, so we're gonna bring him up too. Doc, we're getting ready to show this paperwork. You ready?
Okay.
Yeah, y'all ready?
I am so exhausted right about now.
Well, you're about to be more exhausted. Here we go. Oh, where's the back noise coming from in the back? Somebody's mic.
Hold on, just a second. I think that's.
Yeah, that's you, Auntie. That's you, Mickey.
Hold on.
Okay. So,
Mickey playing with her toy.
I ain't gonna touch that. So now,
But to answer your question,
hold on. Go ahead.
to answer your question, yes and no, they can become a notary. Okay,
Okay.
and it depends upon the extent of the violation. Depends upon the extent of the violation. Um, if it's in a felony, because a lot of prostitutes get picked up and they're not always felony convictions.
Yes, that's
So
true. But I was speaking of the charge in general.
it it's possible there's just red tape that the individual have to go through and see here. I've seen criminals get things that they should not have. And
Okay.
it all depends upon who they know. That's how the world goes around. It all depends on who they know. Because
Okay.
they can get things into which they should not have very easily depending on who they know. I've seen this many a times. I've seen it many a times.
Okay. All right. So now let's get to the document. All right. This is the actual document that was filed for the petition letters of administration. You see what date it was filed? It was so, please, my friends, that the noise just throws me off. The petition was filed March 18th, 2025. The petition
3 days,
filed
three
March
days after.
2025, 3 days afterwards. All right. Now, as you can see, this is a straight form with the answers typed in and everything, right?
Right.
Now, in filing the form, you also have to tell, and this is public record, so I'm not showing anything that's doxing or whatever, because this is public record. All right.
Right.
Cash in the bank, Angie had $21,500. Other assets, $48,000, for a total of $69,500. Land value at $877,000 for 2 morsels of land, a house in Georgia and another piece of land in Columbia, South Carolina. That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
You know what? That's a doggone shame.
Yes, it is.
So now, so now, here is the other thing. When this is filed, it also gives all creditors and debtors the option to file any paperwork that they need to file to recover any money from the estate. I'll show you that. But right now, I want to show you something. And I want everybody to get the eyes and real close. Because now we will reveal the greediest culprit of them all.
Shayna Shell.
Shayna.
Shayna Shell. Ain't that a blip? Ain't that a blip?
Well, you know, we
Wait a minute.
all we
Hold on. I want this to marinate for a minute.
and then Michael.
She filed this on behalf of Michael.
On
And
behalf of Michael, right? And Diamond, or just Michael?
Just Michael, it looks like.
Just
No,
Michael.
it mentioned both of them.
But he's the printed. He's the name of petitioner.
Right, he's the
Right, she petitioned it for him with his name.
Mm-hmm.
But Diamond's name is on it as well.
Huh?
Diamond's name is somewhere on there.
Diamond name is in there. The court split everything 50-50 between the two.
So
Wait,
basically what they were doing is they were planning. I hate to say it, my Lord. I hate to say it. They were planning for this ahead of time. Allegedly, it appears that way.
Okay,
allegedly,
so we don't want to say they.
Mm.
We want to say SHANA. 3 days before she get a note, she goes and gets a notary. Now, any legal eagles here, I want you to tell me what's wrong with this document that the courts didn't know or didn't catch. If you are a corporation, can you notarize your own documents?
No, you can't. Nope.
Okay.
I just caught it right before you said it. Notary clerk of probate court. She is not supposed to do that.
She's not supposed to notarize this document.
Right.
Nope.
Because she's in the house with them.
So she's a notary of the probate court, not
Of
just
the
a regular
probate court.
Notary.
She's a notary. She's a notary, period.
Period. And that notary means that you are of the court. You are of the court system.
She's the officer of the court.
Once you become a notary, you are an officer of whatever court it is, city, state, or town you are in.
Okay, so I'm confused now at this point.
Okay, so let me help you. This is a clear conflict of interest.
Right, I understand that, but I'm saying, is this document to be notarized?
Wait a minute, please, let me finish. Allegedly, this is a clear conflict of interest. Okay, now go ahead.
I understand that part. My question is this a document that should be notarized at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Just
has
not
to
by
be.
her.
Not by her.
Okay.
All right. Now, why did she notarize this document? Because this could have been done by someone else. And if she notarized that document, how do we know the information presented is the truth?
Presumably, it's the truth, but she is not. I've seen this before, and she's not supposed to be able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. Now, if Discerning 8 would for me, please see if a notary can notarize documents when they're involved in the same business and or family inside the same house that the notary lives in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that that's an issue there.
Oh, no,
I
no,
don't
no.
I don't
But I don't want to think. I want to know. I want us to see what the one thing that I'd like to do is I'd like to have prima facie evidence.
see
And
now
so
you
Well,
don't
since
make
she
now you're
posted the
making
law,
me get up so I can go and get
what
this into my computer.
see, this is what I'm wanting everybody to do with me today because I want everybody to come right where I am together. Today
dis-
we're in this together.
Discerning 8 said, I already posted the law. So maybe we should
Okay, I
scroll
didn't
up.
see it though. I didn't see it. It's because I'm not going to the show, and if I paid any attention, that would throw me off. So discerning eight, can you tell me about it?
Um, how do I do this? Um,
Okay. In the state of Georgia, a notary public is prohibited from notarizing documents for family members, including those within the same household. This restriction is in place to maintain the notary's impartiality.
Bingo.
But are they family?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be family. If you're in the same household, you cannot do it. If you're in the same dwelling, work in the same office, you cannot do it.
Cannot do it, right?
No. If you're a
Nine times out of ten, know what she did though, Tony?
no, no, I
She
don't.
lied.
Wh-
She
wh-
lied. She lied about being in the household.
well, but to me, that doesn't matter because we all know different. You,
Right.
you
Well,
shouldn't.
I'm just saying she lied about living in the household with them. She lied about it.
But we don't
Outrightly, she lied about it.
know because the notary address is the same address.
So how did the courts miss this?
Well, here's the other thing is that on a legal issue, I'm not clear as if she would be considered to be a member of the household simply because she lived in the house. Because
I'm
if
going,
she's filing taxes and she's
Mickey.
filing them separately,
I'm Mickey. I'm going to explain it again.
okay,
It doesn't matter about that. What matters is she's in the same dwelling. She's doing business together with them. She has used the likeness of Angie to collect. She is on record doing work for them. So that's a conflict of interest. She cannot do it. She can't.
So this is fraudulent then.
That's a fraudulent document.
hmm based on what you
Allegedly,
just said,
based on what I said.
but not the household thing.
Now,
I,
I'm not talking about the household. I'm dealing strictly with the paperwork.
can I say something, Storm?
Go ahead.
Okay, because I dropped down. So I was trying to give you the law. It doesn't, in the state of Georgia, um, even it doesn't matter when you're a notary. It doesn't matter about family. It doesn't matter. It is the question that you asked was about a corporation.
No,
So
no, no, no,
no,
no, no, no, no. Integral. You cannot notarize your own documents.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
But
go ahead.
what you stated was about a corporation in itself.
I use that as an example. The
Okay.
corporation
Okay.
or
Yeah.
working
So
or working within the business in the home or working with the family in the home. That is a business. Angie was a business.
that is correct. But it doesn't matter if Shayna was working with whether she lived in a home or I'll give you an example. My stepmother is a notary. She can notarize at her church. She can notarize people that she knows. A notarer, you can go into a bank. I'm a owner. I'm a bank
No,
owner.
but I own that. I understand that. I'm
Hmm.
speaking of the intimate situation here of them being together for the same business documentation.
The only way that she is not allowed to notarize that document, because when you go into the state of Georgia or any place, number one, it's a clerk that you're sitting down with. So they're not going through an entire background. If she presents her notary identification, that is all that she needs. They're not going to verify, oh, she knows Angie Stone. Oh, she's dating Michael.
No,
So
but
she,
I understand this. That's not the
mm,
point where I am. That's not what I'm saying. I'm gonna make it plain. She has a relationship with Michael, not intimate. I'm saying business wise, intimate a relationship with Angie, and she's part of the business. She was responsible for putting information together and stuff for the funeral. She works for Angie. She's an executive assistant of Angie's.
that's what so I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna say it again so
But
that you all can.
I just want to
Yeah,
get the
I no,
point.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm a certified legal advocate since 2003.
Mhm.
So how I would say this in a court, okay, she is still a corporation because Angie was. So at the end of the day, the answer to that is because she is on Angie Stone's documents in that corporation, she herself cannot authorize something as what she just did in this form as a notary, because of the fact that you've shown documents where she's a corporation, she's included in that corporation with Angie. There's a whole situation that's going on. But
Yes.
if there are documents that don't show that, when she goes into that office, which I heard someone say, no, they're not going to verify that. They're not going to look at this and say, legally speaking, they're not going to verify that. So all she had to do was present her notary identification, which they give them identification. They have a number that they do. They have a certain ID that they have. When that clerk puts that in the system, she can notarize this document.
Point.
Georgia does not eliminate that. Tennessee does not eliminate that. Florida does not. New Mexico, the 50 states, it's not based upon state. It's simply because they don't do a background on these notaries. So
Right.
when she goes in, can she lose her notary license if this comes back on them and they investigate? Absolutely, because
And
she's connected in the corporation. But I
Correct.
yes,
just want to make sure that we're speaking the legal language because it's YouTube and you're responsible for that.
and that's why I wanted to keep it exactly to what you were saying just then. That's what I was trying to do and keep it on that. So my
All right.
sister, you are boom on point.
All right. Well, I'm going to
Yeah.
drop down.
Okay. All
All
right.
right. Thank
Thank
you.
you. All
Uh-huh.
right. So now that this is what I'm saying. She cannot do this. She can't. She can't do it. And I'm going to make sure the court knows that this document is no good. She can't do this. You see, if we would have let up off of her, if we would not have stayed vigilant, would we know this?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you the next step after having this. By her having this documentation, that means she has the authority to make other checks and balances using Michael's name, recovering royalties.
Well,
Do
we
y'all?
know that we know for sure that
Yeah,
she's
but
doing everything in her power to get whatever is necessary by way of using Michael in any form or fashion she possibly can,
Bingo.
manipulating it in any form or fashion that she possibly can. Um, because she has hooked Michael. She has hooked Michael, and
yeah,
it,
yeah,
it, it would take someone that is totally out of all of this to sit Michael down and show him proof of what's going on in order for him to even leave her alone. Outside of that, he's not leaving her alone.
But see, right now in this conversation, I really don't even want to deal with that. And I'll tell you why, big bro. Is because I think at this point we're beyond that threshold. I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
I think that right now we have emphatic proof that she has her tentacles in this situation
Oh
and
yeah.
she's orchestrating it
With some
on,
help.
with some help.
With some help.
On, on the face of the record, she is doing this. Now, is that why she was giving the other groups from trying to collect the royalties a hard time, saying, I'm gonna take you out of the way? No, just back off. No, you can't do this, because she knew from the day she got that notary 3 days before Angie passed away what she was going to do. And she knew that she was setting herself up to start changing that documentation. So she got her butt in the midst of everything, because if she notarized this document, she probably got Michael to sign something else and get those royalties changed over. We can't trust
Well,
to the state it didn't happen. Allegedly.
definitely she's trying to get a lot out of this. Definitely she's trying to tap into whatever royalties Angie has.
Well,
Um,
that at this point, that's still alleged, even though we know that's where she's going. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to do is I want to hone in on the exact documents that we know that we got her on.
well, that's one of them right there.
You see, there's no way you can get out of this. So now let's look at this here, right? Okay. Let's look at the how this is turning out. Michael and his sister will split 50-50. Right now, they still have to pay the mortgage on the home.
Correct.
And if they can't continue that, depending on how the home insurance possibly is, if there was no death coverage on the home, the mortgage company may require that they pay buy the house or sell the home in order for them to get their money back.
Right. If they don't, right. If they do not have mortgage protection.
If they don't have mortgage protections. Okay. So basically, they got nothing there. Right. So we could take the homes off the table. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Cash money, $21,000. Right. Out of that $21,000 that's declared, there is a filing against the estate for $15,000
Right.
from Cool Entertainment. They booked Angie to do a date in November. Angie couldn't make the date, so she got they gave $5,000 of the money back to Cool Entertainment, and of the $15,000 they never recovered. So they filed the $15,000 against the estate. So now that leaves $6,000 left for Michael and Diamond to split. Okay.
I don't know why they just won't. And this is the state. I'm saying I don't see why Michael and Diamond just don't walk away from that portion of it,
Well,
because they were upside. Angie was upside down in it. She was upside down in it, and
but we're getting to that point, Doc. I'm painting a picture for the world to see here.
oh, okay. I'm ahead. I'm thinking. My mind is going.
So now the 15's got to be paid back. That's assuming no one else files debt claims against the estate. And if they do, they're going to have to sell property in order to try and make money to cover the debt.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the other plan would be through gangsterism is that SHANA put herself in a position that where she could underhandedly recover as much possible monies, either hook or crook, and steal away from them royalty rights. Now you tell me how it doesn't look anything different than that. I just need somebody to explain that, because right now, this is the most despicable act I have ever seen and heard of in my life.
Oh, it sounds like a Lifetime movie.
This
It
is so
does.
this
really
is so
does.
foul.
Yeah.
This is so foul that it stinks here in Hawaii.
They're scandalous. They're scandalous.
How could this happen? How could this happen? I begged and I pleaded, Michael, please don't do anything. Think about it first. Think this whole situation through. Now you have an out, Michael. You have an out, because all you have to do is take that document back to the court and say, this notary that signed this is a member, is in the inner circle, and had no authority to authorize this document. If you want to back out of this, sir, you can possibly get this backed out of.
I agree with the doctor. I don't think he can do
Contest
that.
this administration document.
He's not going to do it.
Nope.
He's not going to do it.
He's in it. He's
Because
in it to
this
win
is
it.
allegedly fraud at its best.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You mean
But-
tell me you're gonna sit back and think that I was worried about Clive Davis? You're gonna sit back and think that I was worried about all the other companies with their royalties and think that it wasn't something else going on? No, I was on you from March the 2nd. And I have proved you to be just what I have been saying. If I didn't prove it, put a 5 in the chat. If I proved it, put a 1 in the chat.
Somebody said she put that.
Did I not say it?
Yeah, you said, somebody said she put that prostitute whip on him.
Mhm.
I'm trying to tell you.
What's the song say? That these hoes ain't loyal.
Yeah.
These hoes ain't
Well,
loyal.
we want to watch that because we don't want to get in trouble on this story here. We want
Oh, Lord.
Somebody.
Michael is in too deep right now. He's in too deep right now. Michael's probably head over heels in love. And
No, I don't think so. I first thought that, but I don't see that anymore. No, I don't think he's in love. I think he's infatuated, but I do not believe he's in love.
whatever he is, and he's not going to leave it alone. He's not going to come up and just be perfectly honest and listen to people. Not at this particular time. It may take some time, but right now, Michael is not going to do that right now.
Yeah, he's got an allegiance to her. So
Jacqueline King says, yes, I hear you very well. And I always press the like button all the time. I come on y'all channel all the time, Auntie Mickey. Okay, thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you so very much. Chi-Town's reactions. Those documents that were showed dated for February 25th, 25 scares me to know everything was getting prepared and ready for Angie Stone's demise on March 1st. Somebody cannot make me believe that this is just a coincidence. You're not going to make me believe this. I'm going to tell you, I believe with all my heart, allegedly, that this statement is emphatically true. I believe with all my heart that SHANA knew something was about to go down. I'm going to say with all my heart, SHANA knew It was about to get real. I'm going to say with all my heart, Shana knew Angie was going to get up on her and find out what she did with some of that money. Nikki don't play. Storm is exactly right. That is a conflict of interest. She shouldn't be on those papers. Who was posed to find a notary that doesn't have anything to do with it. That's absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct. You know why I know it's correct? Where is the money from the items that were sold online? The hot sauce, the t-shirts. You make no mention of that in the claim.
Obituaries.
The obituary sales, you don't itemize that. What happened? You also didn't itemize the money for Randy Richardson. One joyful ladybug. You
Wow.
are a smart individual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see that.
Yep. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
I am seeing this wrong.
That alone is fraud right there.
It says Shanna in Shell. It says Shanna in Shell, but she signed Shanna D.
D
Shell.
shell. Mm-hmm.
I was just waiting for y'all to catch it. That's why I didn't take it off the screen. She falsified the document in order to become a notary. There's a proof right in front of you. One joyful ladybug. Great observation. QT. It's over. Shannon going to take everything, and Michael and the Diamond going to be left homeless. We can call this case quits. They don't know any better. Allegedly. Benjamin Fidela, folks, once he realizes that he stole and the life money situation is dire for him and infatuations is gone, he will fight. That's if he's still with us. Yes, I fear for his life.
Well, if allegedly, if all this is set up and everything, loose ends got to be dealt with.
Tied. Yep. Gotta tie them loose ends.
And that's that. I'm gonna leave it there, but that's what
Yeah.
happens in cases like this.
Yeah.
Loose ends must be dealt with. Once all is gotten out of this, that's going to get out of this. If nothing comes to the forefront,
Uh-huh.
they're gonna do away with those that they no longer need.
But Shannon, why did you make such a gross mistake on this document? You signed Shanna D. Shell, and your notary sticker has Shanna in Shell. Matter of fact, let's see. Let me go back and see what the goes on is here. Let me see what's happening. Let me hold on. Let me hold on. Let me get up out of here for a second.
Well, it's clear she knew exactly what she was doing,
Right.
and this was pre-planned. This was pre-planned.
Had to be. I mean, February.
Oh, look at here, y'all. Look at here, y'all. Here go the proof. Here go the proof. Here go the proof.
The appointment date. Shanna in Shell. But she signed it Shanna D. Shell.
That's correct.
Was that to avoid any documentation that might prove that she was a
No,
criminal?
no, that's exactly right. But she just sealed the fate. She just sealed the fate for us to overturn this petition.
Hmm.
This is why I've been presenting evidence in the past few days to show you the mindset of these people. And here we go. Here we go. Right here in living color.
This has been, I don't know how long this has been planned, but this was, I won't say well mapped out, but it was planned well ahead of time.
Uh-huh.
I told everyone, I said to everyone this. This is not orchestrated from the top
Mm-mm.
at all.
No,
I
no.
said that this right here was done from the bottom. And these bottom feeders are trying to get up there with sharks. But the shark's knocking them off so that they can't get to the whale. Now, I cannot answer that question about Michael having a mental situation because I don't know that. Because I personally don't know him. So I don't want to say that because I don't have any clinical, and even if I did have clinical representation of that, I couldn't say it anyway due to HIPAA violations. So I don't know. I don't know that at all. But I can tell you one thing. That document is what? What word can we use for that document? Everybody put in the chat the word for that document. Put that word in there. I ain't gonna tell you what word. I'm gonna let you put your own word. What document is that? What kind of document is it? Help me out, people. Rachel Hayes says, if you live in Georgia, please turn Shanna N. Shell, who is signing her name, Shanna D. Shell, call to the courts, and she needs to be stopped quickly. That's absolutely correct. We need to stop her in her tracks.
That call should be made ASAP, meaning tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That means this would be overturned.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, Nona. I believe she does as well. If not that, an alcohol problem.
Discerner A says, I think she is a mole too. I think she's working for those that are trying to get ahead in the industry. That's absolutely correct. Why? And how do we know that? Because Sacred Sound LLC. She has an entertainment company representing artists, producing music and everything for them, going to studio, wanting to be in
No,
movies
you're
and all that. So there's an extreme conflict of interest here. You should have never put yourself in the middle of that documentation like that. Shana? You claim to have so much knowledge, Shana, but you do such nefarious work. Yeah, I go with that word again, Doc.
Nefarious.
One says Michael doesn't seem to be the brightest bulb on the tree.
Well, listen, we don't want, fam, let's refrain from doing that because we do not know. So I do not want to get on to picking on the kids. And I'm going to tell you why. I see a major leading and misleading of situations that they may not, just on a common business sense value, not know of
Hmm.
and could be taken advantage of. So it doesn't mean that they're not bright. It just means that they don't know anything about that portion of business. So I don't want to use those words or those phrases in reference to them. And I won't allow it because it's not right. I see a highly skilled, manipulative person that's used everything in her toolbox to manipulate. That's what I see.
Well, if we look at, and to be quite honest about this, if we look at any videos, uh, if we look at any videos, let's just say that any videos that Diamond or Michael has placed out there, you don't have to be a psychologist to read between the lines. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
You don't have to be a psychologist to read between the lines. The issues into which they had before the demise of Angie showed and I mean we know that there's some issues there. Let's just leave it at that. We know that there's some issues there. There are some issues.
Mm-hmm. Now, M Dread 22 says Shanna is going to say that's a fancy cursive N.
I looked very closely. That
And
is
I can
not.
switch up my middle initial when I write in cursive.
Mm,
I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna fly at all. I I don't think that's gonna fly at all. No, I don't think so.
yeah.
I don't think that's gonna
Someone
fly.
someone says I think they broke Angie Stone's neck to make it seem like the accident was from that, and if that wasn't her body, who was it?
Yes, yes, absolutely, Benjamin. With a really good lawyer, Michael and Diamond can still turn this around, but it has to be them two only. Just get rid of those charlatans. Absolutely
Mm-hmm.
correct. Absolutely correct, sir.
But
Absolutely.
are they, how deep, see there, and that's true, Benjamin. That's true. But how deep are they into this to even do that?
Mm-hmm.
How deep are they in this to even, that would be the logical, okay? That would be the logical thing to do. But who's saying they're not so deep into this into which they can't do that? Playing devil's advocate right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who is saying that they're not too deep into this? See, we want to take and we want to believe that there's no possible way that a child could turn on their parent in such a hideous way.
Mm-hmm.
We want to think that, but I've seen some cases, and I know what time we are living in to where the Bible speaks about this.
Yes, it
The
does.
Bible speaks expressly about this. How children will turn on, a daughter will turn on her mama, and the mama will turn on the daughter, and the daddy will turn on the son, and the son turn on the daddy. We are living in those times, so we can't paint the picture of innocence because those days of innocence
Are
are gone.
gone. Gone.
Those days of innocence are gone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. See, because let's put ourselves in this position. If anything would have happened like this to my daddy or my mama, anything like this would have happened to my daddy or my mama, all this silence, not saying nothing, especially if I'm not involved with what's going on and it just looks like it's it's just a messed up situation. I'm going to speak out against it. I'm going to speak out until they take me out.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely correct. And
No, and this is not what we're this and people can say, no, doc, no, you're wrong for saying that. No, I'm not wrong for saying this. I'm not wrong for saying this. If the two children, if the two grown adults, let me put it like, I'm tired of calling them children. If the two grown adult children had an ounce of care inside of them, I don't care how much they might be hurting because their mom deceased. I don't care. Love covers a multitude of sin.
That's right.
Love covers a multitude of sin. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is not lining up with my spirit. I'm sorry. It's not lining up with my spirit. My spirit is not comfortable with them being innocent with this. And my spirit will not ever be comfortable with that because they showed absolutely, they have not even fought for their mother. They haven't fought for their mother. And I'm sorry. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where the real and the fake depart and go their separate ways. They haven't fought for their mama.
Hmm.
They have not fought for their mother. I don't care if it's the least bit of fighting. They haven't done. Neither one of them. So no, if I get a call, God forbid, I get a call and someone tells me something happened to my parents or my siblings or one of my children or something like that, and it was anything like this here, oh hell no! I'm gonna
Totally
find
different.
out what's going on. I'm gonna speak out against it. The hell with who's coming after me. I want you to come after me so that I can know the doggone truth, so that I can know who you are.
Yes.
You don't go sleeping with the enemy because the enemy make you feel good. You don't
Hmm.
do that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You don't do that. And if someone has an issue, one of the children have a issue, I know it was mentioned, could possibly have a drug problem or whatever the case might be. If that is the case, then the first thing that child should have done was take their behinds to rehab. They should have went to rehab because this is not something that happened at the demise of a person. This
Mm-mm.
is something that was already there. It was already there.
Mm-hmm.
All this did was enhance it and make it come out even more. That's all it did. So no disrespect towards the family or anything. No disrespect towards the grown children or anything. But I'm sorry, you're not doing what you should be doing for justice for your mama. You're not. You're not. You're not. I believe in leaving things in God's hands, but God also tells us to stand for that which is right and to fight against that which is wrong. And I have not seen this from the children. I have not seen it. So I'm not going to say that they are innocent in this. I'm not going to say they don't know what's going on. I'm not going to say it because my spirit is telling me something totally different. The Holy Ghost is telling me something totally different concerning this. Remember, Storm? Remember, Tony, when I said that the Lord showed me that they were somewhat involved with this in some type of way.
yes.
And I'm standing on that. I am standing on that. I'm standing on that. Whether I don't care if it's just an inch, I don't care if it's just a little bit. They know something that they are not willing to tell. They know some stuff they're not willing to tell. And it's only because they think they're going to get something out of this. And that's where I leave it at. I'm not going to treat them like babies no more. I'm tired of no, oh well, let's just not do this. Let's not do this. Let's not say this. No, I'm tired of that. I'm sick and I'm tired of that, okay? He's a grown man. She's a grown woman. Whatever issues mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually they had before this took place, and they did not deal with it. They did not deal with it. and they're using this as a scapegoat for people to feel sorry for them. I feel sorry that Angie had to leave this earth in the manner that she did. That's what I feel sorry for. But do
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the grown children? No, I don't. No, I don't. I feel empathy for them, but I do not feel any type of sympathy for them. And that's me being a Holy Ghost filled child of God. I feel empathy for them, but I do not feel sympathy for them because they know more. They're just not telling it. They're
S-
just not telling
it-
it.
At this point, it's going to be hard for me to believe that they don't know more. Padilla says this is why I started the other day. If Michael and Diamond were afraid to talk, we have also had trolls here on the page on this page and others saying to leave this alone. That Diamond and Michael are not worrying. Well, could be the fact, but I didn't fall for it because I don't believe it. I don't believe that. I don't think they're worrying because one, they are not looking at the bigger picture of the royalties. They're looking at the smaller picture of what's there. And what's there now is nothing. But the bigger picture is there is royalties to be recovered. And some as immediately as now or the next quarter for the digitals that have been played since her death. Numbers have went
But
up.
you know what, Tony? Tony, you know what though? Those royalties and everything, the music that's being played and everything right now,
Mhm.
I think if they would have come and if they would have fought for their mother, I think if they would have fought for their mother, I think that the music industry would be. I'm not going to say they're not going to be. I think they would be more so open to say, listen, we got to give her children something.
Well, I
We
I
got to
I
give her children something.
I,
We
I would
we want to give them something. But they're
I would
sitting back they're sitting back like, well, oh well,
yeah.
no.
I wished I could go along with that, and and my heart won't let me. And the only reason my heart won't let me is because there's individuals like Walter Millsap and others, J Records, that understand they're making money now. And because they're making money and more money after Angie's demise, is that they could share something with the kids or should set something aside for the kids to prosper from. But yet to date, no one has done that. And yet to date, no one has bothered to speak towards anything positive of doing that, with the exception. With the
I'm
ex-
talking about those that are above Millsap.
no, but you see, Millsap represents them above him. He's the
Hmm.
representative. So by him being a representative of Clive, that's them. So we can't take that away from it.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, someone, if I believe in my heart, I believe in my heart of hearts that if they would have made some type of stand, if they would have come out strong
Mm-hmm.
concerning this, it would have turned the tables, if not 5%, 2%. 2% is a lot into which the royalties are. But
That's true.
because they did nothing, listen to me, Tony, because they did absolutely nothing. They sat back and they watched and they said nothing. They did nothing and everything. Why would anyone want to put a finger in it for them?
Mm-hmm.
Why,
Now,
why would anybody want to?
yeah, I hear you. Now, Bougie Laffy 333 says this beautiful woman is gone. She was killed in a tragic way. The royalties are minimal. No, the royalties are not minimal. The
Oh no,
royal
they're big. Oh
the royalties,
no.
royalties, my friend, is very large simply because it was the issue at hand when Angie passed away. It was the dinosaur in the room. And Angie was getting close to telling the whole 9 yards about that situation. Yet,
Yeah.
March 1st.
Elizabeth, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you, Elizabeth.
So that's what that is. And that's what that is. You know, that's where that is. We can't come out from it.
And
We don't really know what they are doing, do we?
And Diamond came out to paint the picture that her and her mom were so cool and so tight and everything. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Diamond held some deep resentment towards her mama. She held some deep resentment towards her mama, and probably still do today. Probably still do today. And because of that, that's why you don't see her saying anything, fighting or anything or
Yeah.
anything. It's
Yeah.
just, oh, okay, well, it'll blow by. These people that are trying to get justice or whatsoever, it's gonna blow by in time. Give it another 6 months to a year. Nobody's even gonna remember this. That's
No.
what's on her mind right now. That's
It,
because I mean, come on now. Something like this here, happening to your husband, wife, mama, daddy, child, sibling, and maybe because we have close siblings and then we don't. But
yeah.
those 5 right there, you just don't sit back knowing that all of this is in the atmosphere and everything. You just don't sit back and say nothing. The little bit that they did say was nothing. The little bit Diamond said was nothing because she was high up out of her mind, drinking up a storm, dancing and everything. So we can't count that as her actually mourning. We can't count that as her actually speaking out against those that have done something to her mom, and she knows that her mom did not die from a natural death. Come on. They know more than nope,
Yeah.
nope,
Yeah.
Okay, prime example. If I may use this, prime example. Okay. When MJ passed away, or when NJ was allegedly murdered.
Yeah, but
Okay.
what I want to do, Doc, is I want to refrain from bringing any of those other topics into what we're doing. And
I'm making no. I'm just making a comparison. That's all. A quick comparison, and we're moving on.
yeah, but very brief because I want to keep those other names outside of the topic of
Okay.
where we are
Okay.
intentionally because I don't.
Okay.
There's a lot of
I
lawsuits
understand.
on, and I don't want yeah.
Okay. Okay. Siblings fault. Siblings fault. They spoke out. And that's where I leave it at. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm
And
gonna leave it right there.
and that says a whole lot right there because um we don't know how well the siblings get along if they do get along, and we don't know. And so um what you said is vital. Yet people would want us to get on different subjects so that they can add this and that in the fray, but they can't get outside of the fact of what we have, and that's facts on the screen. And you can't get them, you can't get around those facts. And the facts is Michael must be being manipulated. Facts is the both of them, Michael and Diamond, may not have enough knowledge in the business sector to deal with this. And fact is, they have to understand the infrastructure of royalties and IRC codes.
And they don't understand that. They don't understand that. So that's
So
that's another reason why they're not doing too much because no, hey, this is too complicated to understand. So let's just, and we
yeah,
don't know who's there whispering in the ear. This is over your head. No, leave it alone. No,
yeah,
faith faith is all we need. She said
Mm-hmm.
something very profound here, which is correct. She said Angie went to the internet as a last cry out for help, and she did. That was her. Yep, yep, yep. Because before she hit the internet, I'm pretty much sure she spoke these things to people that she thought could help her. She thought cared,
Mm-hmm.
and they did nothing. They did absolutely nothing. They did absolutely nothing. So yes, it was her last cry out for help
Yeah.
because they just stripped her. Basically, she was stripped. She was stripped.
And now it comes to the next phase. There are situations where documents can be filed under the guise of friend of the court or friends of the court. And another attorney can do that. So we're going to take some action to make some things happen because on the record, this is dirty. On the record, this looks wrong. And we have to use something in our behalf in order to get justice for Angie.
Kimberly said something profound. My Lord.
What
Did you
was
see
that?
that?
No, I didn't because for me to talk, I can't pay attention to Ted.
Okay.
And if I do, I can get
Kimberly
distracted.
says if you drink it and dancing and happy, it sounds like you are celebrating. You don't have to deal with that person anymore. That is a profound statement, but yet a very true statement.
Yes. Yeah.
It's very profound, very true. If you drink it and dancing and happy, sound like, and I know we're supposed to celebrate death, because to be absent in the body is present with the Lord. So
Yeah.
we're supposed to celebrate it, but that was not celebrating death, what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
That was not celebrating death. That was celebrating something else. And I agree 100% with Kimberly Barnes. I agree with her 100%.
The
And someone says, once again, like Diamond said, what's understood will not be explained.
yeah.
Well,
That's what
and,
Diamond.
and she said, and that's what she said. So we understand, Diamond. By all means, we understand, Diamond. It don't need to be explained. And you're right, you didn't need to explain anything because your actions spoke louder than your words.
Yep. That's
And that's
correct.
where I'm leaving that at right there, Diamond. Your
Yep.
actions spoke louder than your words, and your actions did not speak mourning.
And
It spoke happiness.
yeah. And we're at the 2 hour mark, which means it's time to get up out of here. But Doc, first of all, I thank you for coming up, and I really appreciate you for joining me and helping me in 30 minutes, and I need you to give me a phone call because there's something else we got to do. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you can call me, I
All
need.
right. That's if I don't fall off to sleep, but okay.
Okay. All right.
If not, if I do, I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
I'll
Okay.
call you
So,
tomorrow.
all right. Thank you. Okay. So, in sum, I hope that you've enjoyed this paperwork that I presented to you today and help you see a definite sign of greed. If you see this greed, put 10 in the chat. 10 for greed. Put a 10 in the chat. Light the 10s up. If you see the sign of greed. I want you to know, my friends, that I'm trying to do everything that I can to present right information as much as possible. And in order for that information to get out, and in order for the word to spread of what we know, we have to hit the like buttons and the hearts or whatever it takes to get the word out, because people need to know what's happening. And if they don't know what's happening, then people will continually get away with doing all of this stuff and suck the very earnings out of Angie Stone's estate. We don't need that to happen. We need to stand up for what's righteous. This is not no extortion, no exploitation, but simply an explanation of persons with a spirit of greed. And allegedly that greed has allowed them to go to a whole nother level. A whole nother level. And we have to understand. We have to understand that we cannot let this happen. At all. Period. Period, period, period. Share the word, get the word out. I need your help to do that. If you can, I also need you to hit that Cash App and support us getting up these documents that we're doing. We are taking a trip to a location that I have to go to in order to do what I got to do next. And if you want to be part of that, then show your support. I hope that you see that I've tried to do the hard work and put it in and get it out. That's what I need you to see. And we enjoy doing this.
Tune in tonight for the perfect blend of classic R&B and the best. Smooth grooves on Quiet Storm FM. Your night just got smoother. Join us on Quiet Storm FM for 24/7 slow jams, classics, and soul. Join us on Quiet Storm FM for 24/7 the perfect blend of classic R&B and the best. Smooth grooves on Quiet Storm FM. Your night just got smoother. Join us on Quiet Storm FM for 24